The first thing to look at today is this inspection tool set I got at Princess Auto the last time I was there. So this includes a telescoping mirror for inspecting awkward places and a telescoping magnetic pickup tool. If you drop a screw or something in a hard to reach place, you can retrieve it. The reason I wanted this, I've got this other telescoping inspection mirror I got on eBay maybe 2018. That one's about just over, it's maybe 1.25 inches diameter. And I recently had to use this. I was trying to track down a condensate leak in my furnace. It turned out it was a leaking gasket. I had to use this to get in behind and look for drips of condensate. But this mirror was a bit too small. So there's the difference in the two diameters. If the space is limited, maybe you can only get the small one, but if you got room, the bigger one tells a better picture. This says air purifier, and the bag I think is needlessly way too big. I think this is sponge foam air filters for things like the soldering fume extractor type thing. Yep. Oh, there's more. I know I ordered these a long time ago, so I don't remember how many there are. 1, 2, so it looks like 4 of them times 2. And these are 4 inches by about 9.5 inches each, so there's 8 of those. And I was thinking in terms of this solder fume extractor, even though this is a thicker material here, these are very thin, but whether I stack them up or whatever the case, even just use them individual. It's not a perfect fit for this unit, but if I say overlap, since I have to probably add multiple layers anyway to make it thick enough, I can probably go from this edge over to here and then this edge over to here and stack a couple up just to get by if I need to suddenly replace this. Or anything else really, if I want to put some sort of a filter on a fan. So we can see it's transparent enough for airflow. These are apparently connectors. A set of 4 of each, male and female, 3-pin XLR connectors, PCB mount right angle. I want these for DMX related projects. About 5 years ago, I made this not sponsored PCB, so I could hook this up to an Arduino and plug it into a DMX light fixture to try to control the RGB light with the DMX protocol. So now I want to do some of that sort of stuff again. And I got both male and female connectors because, as is the case on this DMX light, the DMX input connector on a device tends to be a male pin connector, and the DMX output is a female connector. So I can use these to make a controller where I can plug in a cable and then plug it into something like a light and control it, or I can make my own fixture, which is going to be a receiver, and have the appropriate connector on there to plug it in as a DMX device. Those are going to be going on a PCB project soon. And related to that, in order to make a DMX controller, we need RS-485. So I bought these chips, the Atom 2483. This is a digital isolator as opposed to an optical like an optocoupler, and it can be set to transmit or receive one way at a time. So there's a transmit and receive pin on the TTL side, and then you can enable the driver or the receiver depending which way you want to communicate at the time. Next, I've got a few different things that are different versions of the same product. These are all non-contact voltage detectors. I ordered these a very long time ago. I don't know if they come with batteries or if they're any good anymore. I don't know if some of these can do low voltage or only the high voltage, like 120 volts and up. Some can go down to just maybe even below 10 volts, so you can detect more than just AC in the wall. And this one can go from 12 volts to 1,000 volts, 50 or 60 hertz. So I found a couple of batteries to put in this one. So I have some live AC here. Let's see, how close can I get? I've got to practically touch the cable to get it to respond. And I tried inserting this in an AC socket. It didn't really seem to respond. The next one, if it's visible here, it's 90 to 1,000 volts. So this one's more for high voltage detecting. Again, it takes a couple of AAAs. It's got power, but it doesn't detect AC plugged into the receptacle in the power strip either. So I don't know what's going on there. Well, on to the third one. Oh, the third one's an ANENG, like the multimeter I'm using. Now this has the same part number, 1ACD, and the same sensitivity, 90 to 1,000 volts AC. So, again, a couple of AAA batteries. So we have a white light that we can turn on and off. There's also this green light. Does that mean ready to test? So here's the live AC power cable. Huh. I'm not really getting consistent results. Same thing when I plug it into the socket on the power strip. I'm just not having good luck with any of these three. So here's the good old one I've been using for years, GB Instruments. I know they sell these on Amazon. I think I got mine maybe somewhere like Home Depot. This one's a GVD 504A. So this one, you press down on this pocket clip thing and it will chirp, which shows it's active and ready to test. So, all right, live cable. That's more like it. And I'm going to still hold this down and go to the AC outlet. This one works. These three from AliExpress, not so much. I don't know. I don't think I did anything wrong. So I think I'll just have to stick with locally bought, possibly name brand stuff. I have this 9-volt AC adapter from the US Robotics modem. I'm going to plug this in. So here's 9 volts AC. Well, I can detect that too. So this one's particularly okay for lower voltages too. When you go to buy these, generally they'll have a spec, I guess, you can see. So I like this one. It's just a random thing. I don't even know if I bought it alone or in a set of other tools. And finally, I've got this item. Oh yes. The description said observation sheet. And of course it is slightly bent. This is cardboard. But this is a magnetic field viewer. For example, there's our telescoping magnetic pickup tool. and we can see its magnetic field on here. And these come in different sizes, so I just got this one by chance. And here's a tablet in a folding case. So you can do things like check where there might be magnets or magnetic activity on things like this. And another thing that has magnets is guitar pickups. You can see the magnets in there. You have a single row where they're showing up green in the center. So that's a single coil pickup. Well, this is a humbucker, a dual coil pickup. So you can see there's going to be 2 rows of magnets. And you can verify that when you put the magnetic field detector. You see the 2 rows of magnets. Just some examples of what you might be able to do with a magnetic field detector sheet like this. So I got that partly as a novelty, but it could be useful. So this inspection mirror thing is going to come in useful, I know. Probably it's best to stick to name brand non-contact AC voltage detectors. And I have connectors and those RS-45 isolated transceivers available now to do some DMX lighting control experiments. Thanks to Patreon and channel supporters for helping make this possible.